Hey guys, welcome to this week's preteen party. We're glad you're here. I have certainly missed seeing all of you on the weekends, but I hope you're staying safe at home and enjoying watching all of the videos that Eastern Hills is putting on YouTube and Facebook and all of the other places. This week we have a different challenge for you. In this stay-at-home time, we have learned that we are kind of missing out on our sports. We're missing out on soccer, we're missing out on gymnastics, and we're missing out on anything else that we kind of just want to do, like mini golf, and I guess we could play frisbee. But regardless, so we decided to start coming up with some different sports of our own. And so we came up with this one on a cold day, and we decided we wanted to do table tennis. But we don't have anything for table tennis. We don't have one of those fancy little nets. I think we have a couple of ping pong balls. So we are challenging ourselves. I challenged both the kids to come up with their own paddle. I made one for my preschool class, but I told them they had to come up with their own paddle and their own way of making a net in the middle of the table that can be raised or lowered depending on how hard they wanted to make the game. So we are going to show you how they did that, and then we are going to challenge you to come up with either your own paddles and your own ping pong table tennis setup, or maybe you could come up with some fun mini golf type of things, or what else is there? We don't know, so come up with something else. Surprise us at what sport you want to come up with. Frisbee golf maybe, I don't know, basketball. You know, parents, just a secret for you, you can challenge your kids, like just dump all of the unmatched socks in the middle of the room and make it a race to see who could sort them all and then toss them into another basket. Great basketball game. But anyway, so they are going to show you the paddles they came up with, and then they're going to test them out in this game of table tennis. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. Rylan, why don't you show them first how you're going to make your ping pong paddle?
Okay, so I took tongs and 2 pieces of cardboard so that I have a higher chance of hitting the ball with 2 ping pong paddles. So what you're going to do, I already drew a face on mine and cut a slit, and you want it about halfway in, and you want to just slide this onto the center of the tong thing. I'm just going to call it the arm of the tong. This is embarrassing. There we go. There. Then you're going to make sure it's on the center, and you're going to tape it on both sides. Thank you, Kennedy. Because I need tape. Then you're going to flip it over, tape it on the other side. Then you're going to do the same thing on this one, and if you're drawing a face, make sure the faces are on the same side. And you just want to slide it on the same way. And then tape it the same way where it's on the middle. Oh, okay, here it is. And just take the tape and put it onto the tongs.
Hey kids, pro tip, I'm just going to say, make sure that you ask your parents if you're allowed to use their kitchen utensils and cardboard and scissors and tape and all that fun stuff before you get started.
Yes, because yeah. And then you can like make it smaller or bigger, no matter what you want to do. And then you can just have a higher chance of hitting the ball, and you have a front and a back, like on a tennis court.
All right, Kennedy, you're up.
So for my paddle, I'm going to be using the lid to a domino tin and a wooden spoon. But if you don't have dominoes, you could also just cut out a piece of cardboard.
And what if they don't have a wooden spoon?
If you don't have a wooden spoon, you can always use a ruler.
Awesome.
So, with mine, I'm just going to place the wooden spoon on the tin and tape it to the tin. And you want to make sure that it's on there, like it's connected on both sides. But when I did this, I figured out that it wasn't stable enough. So I had to find a way to make it stronger so I could have better aim, so that it was steadier. I need it longer than that.
Okay. Sorry.
So I started off by putting 2 across this way, and 2 horizontal and 1 vertical. And then I'm gonna put 1 all the way around this way.
Next preteen party, we are having a lesson on how to cut tape.
I'm trying.
Just saying.
And then once I get more tape, I'm gonna do 1 all the way around this way, and 1 up this way, so that it doesn't tilt. Thank you.
Yeah.
So for this one, I just started at the front right here and curved it around so that it was like this. So it was all the way around. And then for my last piece of tape, I'm going to put it at the bottom of the spoon right here and bring it up to the top and make sure that it goes down supporting the spoon. Then I'll need 1 more last piece of tape just to make sure that this tape stays on.
Here we go.
Do 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 do.
Here we go. There you go.
And then I'm just gonna put this piece of tape right here to keep all the tape connected. Then if you don't have a domino tin or any other kind of tin, you're just gonna take a wooden spoon or a ruler or whatever you have, and you're going to tape your spoon on. And this one you don't need as much tape with. You only need like 2 or 3 pieces to keep it stable.
I'm trying.
Hopefully your parents have this crazy amount of tape, because apparently I'm going to be running those soon. But I'm guessing there are other types of tape they could use.
So
And hopefully you know how to bind the edge of tape, because I don't.
What other kinds of tape can they use?
they can use duct tape or masking tape.
Or painter's tape. Or you guys can get creative and figure something else out. All right, this is all fine and good and dandy, kiddos, but how are we making that net I talked about?
So we'll be making a net by stacking up books like this across our table and making them higher and higher depending on how easy or how hard it is.
But we want to make sure they're as even as possible, so I'll be right back.
I'm just going to say that looks really easy to get a ball over. There we go.
More books.
So you can keep using all the books you've been reading to stack up a net.
If you see a lot of Percy Jackson, that's my fault.
I mean, we're on like day, 42 of this quarantine? You guys should have lots of books you read by now. If not, what else can they use?
They can
Cardboard boxes. And
they can use cardboard boxes. They can use
Board games?
Board games. They could really you could really get creative and use anything.
All right, so we're going to finish building their net. We're going to clear off the table, and then we're going to see how well their homemade paddles work. Okay? Okay, guys, so here is the deal. I have not let them try out these paddles yet. They were only able to use the ones that I made for my preschool class a couple of weeks ago. So we will see how this works. Kennedy, how do you score?
So there are a couple of different ways you can score. The first one is if the other player hits the net before it gets over to your side. If the ball doesn't touch the table before it falls off, so if Rylan hit the ball to me but it fell off the table and didn't touch my side, I would get the point. Then also, your goal is to hit the ball over the net, making it so that your opponent can't hit the ball so it falls off the table.
Awesome. Are we ready to have some fun? Let's go.
All right. No.
Whoa! I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be on the table again. Just saying.
Oh, come on.
Does that count? It hit the table.
If that wall wasn't there, it wouldn't.
Well, it was there, so.
I get that
It
point.
was there.
So these two competitive little friends of mine are going to be doing this all night long, I'm sure. But please show us your interesting and fun different ways of doing sports while we are safe at home. 5th grade girls, I can't wait to, oh my goodness, see you again on Sunday. Bye, guys.